Bye bye bye. The year was 2019. Boy With Love had just come out. Itzy just debuted with Dalla Dalla, and Mnet was embroiled in one of its biggest scandals to date. Mnet got caught tampering with votes live in the finale of Produce X 101, part of the most prolific K-pop survival show franchises to date. These survival shows have never been the same since, and I'd even say that they're becoming doomed endeavors. But let's rewind for a minute, and if you like videos like this, please subscribe. Before the scandal, survival shows were an institution used even by the largest companies to promote their idols and give them a major boost to start them off with a strong debut. Some of the biggest names in K-pop, like Twice, Stray Kids, and Kara, all came from survival shows. After Kara Project in 2016, Mnet created Produce 101, and it was a massive success. With a peak rating of 4.4%, Produce 101 did great, and the following group, I.O.I, was a huge success and launched the careers of Soyeon, Somi, and Chungha. Mnet carried this success to Produce 101 Season 2, forming 101, and then Produce 48, forming I.O.I. I.O.I's alumni are superstars in the industry and defining their generation entirely. After the voting scandal, though, things took a serious pause, quite literally. Between the pandemic and the scandal, production stalled out on survival shows until late 2021. Island was an exception to this, however, airing in mid-2020. Once they started back up, though, there was a strong drop-off in viewership of these shows compared to before the scandal, with, of course, one other outlier, Loud. Loud was a survival reality show hosted by both JYP and Psy, one of the biggest names in K-pop, period. They had a 9% rating share on the debut episode, though that rapidly dwindled to only 2.7% by the finale. Unfortunately, Psy's final group, TNX, failed to sell close to the same albums as many groups who benefited from the survival show format previously. JYP has yet to debut the group formed from this show, even though the show ended in 2021. Recently, an SBS survival show has come out called Universe Ticket. It's earned a lot of controversy online, especially about performances and the perceptions that more visually appealing idols and idols from certain countries get much farther than their more traditionally talented counterparts. Previously, before the vote rigging scandal, SBS released a show called Idol School. It was embroiled in the scandal, but it mostly revealed its terrible conditions for contestants. Universe Ticket has half the peak viewership Idol School had in Korea. Moreover, Idol School managed to get over 2 million views on its theme song in its first 28 days being posted to YouTube. Universe Ticket managed to get 118,000. This is a huge falloff and represents the growing weariness surrounding survival shows both domestically and internationally. As survival shows have changed, it seems they are less and less a viable way for companies to boost their artists to a wider market successfully. One example that is as apples to apples as it gets is comparing the sales records of TXT and Enhypen. They're quite different groups, and their artistry should be respected, but both groups belong to Hybe, TXT directly, and Enhypen under the Belift Lab program. Enhypen got a strong initial boon for their debut, edging TXT out in debut sales by a wide margin, but as TXT has continued to grow, their sales are near exponential, and they eclipsed Enhypen, where Enhypen has grown more steadily. With this consideration, are survival shows really worth this initial investment? It's time to finally mention the elephant in the room that is Kep1er. Debuting in January 2022 with Dalla Dalla has been their strongest moment. It is their best-selling single from their best-selling release so far. They've experienced a steady fall-off since, though, which is pretty unprecedented considering even I.O.I, with major scandals and Mnet getting sued, managed to sell more and more albums every release. Kep1er has sold less and less. Is it the music? Is it this mismanagement from Mnet? Were they just the sacrificial lambs for ZB1's success? It's hard to tell what the issue is precisely, and ZB1 definitely had stronger initial debut sales, but they have also seen reduced sales from their debut to their first comeback. I honestly think Kep1er is the canary in the coal mine here, telling us that this format is going to work less and less as we go on. Some may feel that this comparison is unfair, but if we compare Kep1er to I.O.I, who debuted a month before them, we can see that I.O.I's been increasing their sales with each release and growing their popularity, Yes, I was almost certainly guaranteed a certain level of success because of Wonyoung's it girl status, but they didn't just let that ride, they capitalized on it. Kep1er has been pushed hard by Mnet meanwhile, even appearing on Queendom not long after their debut, but to no real avail. I really hope for success for each of the competitors in all these survival shows. It's hard and they deserve to have their time to shine. However, I think we're at a major turning point in the industry. These competition shows seem increasingly untenable. They're expensive, huge, and now they seem to have no guarantees of success. I wonder what the future holds for all the alumni of Kep1er and ZB1 in comparison to former members of I.O.I. I wonder if we'll see a major format change to try and change things up, or a slow trickling end. If you like this video, please subscribe for more. Thank you so much for watching.